the names. Wake the room. Wake the room. Wake the room! Luyu! Rex! Pam Ray! Naomi! Afasiana! Babbler! Monarch Soul! Jojo! Gray Eyes! Fill my eyes! Poets assemble. No masks, no manners. Say it plain, or say it broken. Monday night in the garden of enlightenment. Low light lit minds, every line got intent. Clock ticks crooked and the room turns vigilant. Quiet so loud you can hear what the tension meant. Then it slips after midnight, manners get murdered. Nice little masks get cracked by a word or a murmur. Twisted Tuesdays twist truth till it turns on its heel. Clean cut faces go strange when the dark gets real. You can feel that shit, that slick little slip when the grin stays sweet, but the eyes don't sit. Like the room grew ribs, like the walls grew ears, like the hush got hands and it's pulling you near. And the words don't rest, they press. Put a heel on the chest, leave a dent in the breath. Every line like a knock from the back of the brain. Like you came in one shape, you won't leave the same. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown and the soft don't dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, Wednesday breaks, parts in the park, sink down the spine, half halo, half hazard, both hands in the light. In the yard, a seduction walks soft through the smoke. Silk on the tongue with the blade in the joke. Books and bards wakes dust in the depth of the shelves. Old ghosts lean out and start naming themselves in a craft and selling out the ache. Gets a voice, pain stands up straight and makes silence a choice. Then break on through when the devil gives way, when the masses sink but the pulse says pray. Echoes in the dark, go hunt the fear. That thing with no name starts ringing in your ear. Say it, say it. Fill my eyes with poetry, don't water it down. Let it bite, let it bloom, let it burn through the crowd. Bad company grins like a bruise, dressed smart. And rhythm and rhyme puts a boot through the heart. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown and the soft don't dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, some come shattered, some come slick. Some speak honey with a blade in it. Some sound velvet, some sound wire. Some walk in low and take the room higher. Some come holy, some come liars. That's the thing! This ain't filler for the dead space, no. This is pulse with a pen, this is blood with a nickel. This is breath to the backbone, ink with the crown. Live mics, live nerves, truth laid bare in the round. This is the beautiful mess, the bruise and the bloom. The line that cuts clean and makes a little room. Late souls, wide eyes, all nerve in the dark. A room full of hearts beating hard through the dark. Wake the room, wake the room. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown and the soft don't dim. slips past polite. We tell the truth. L&P, we love you. Stay frosty.
I can't hear you, Gray. Not a sound. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Garden of Enlightenment with, I think, Gray Eye Smith and maybe Luyu Wildove.
Can you hear me now, Phil?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Well, happy Monday, everybody. You're listening to the Garden of Enlightenment with Luyu Wildove, Gray Eyed Smith. We are poets on a poetry site called allpoetry.com, and we are from a group called Late Night Poets. These shows, uh, actually, we have poetry books available on Amazon.com under the Late Night Poets moniker. So feel free to check those out and help support these shows. Uh, Sorry about the skip buffle going into the show, but we're here and we're going now. But that's a great intro song that we can do today. I love
Yeah,
that song.
me too. I think it's really good. The other day, in the middle of the day, I was in the other room of my house. All of a sudden, it popped in my head. It's like a little earworm, you know? I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
But yeah, but it's
Yeah,
good. Hey, Luyu. Say hello, Luyu. Doesn't sound like it's, where's that Luyu typing, Greg?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. But hello to you. Maybe try disconnecting and calling back in because we cannot hear you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely her. She muted and that thumping went away.
Yeah, I muted
Mute
her.
again, do you? Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, it's definitely her connection.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Um,
She just said in the group, she said, I can't hear anything. Your voices are like a million miles away. Telling her to try again,
right.
please.
Okay. Coming back.
All right, so tonight's show is based on front page picks as well as some open poetry. And I'm going to post the first one here. And we'll get to this poem right away.
Mm.
Well, how am I paging? Page through. All right. All right. So the first link is in the Late Night Poets group, and it's by someone called The Drip, and it's called page 6 of 365. You are soon to return to your basket. We've sat on your mother's house long enough now that out popped a pigeon. Seed from that hatch, a plan, due to burst from alcocetic ambition, choked out by onions greener than believed, and poem. And the author's note says, Omelette, you finished, but this week had the best soundtrack of the year. I think there's some things written between the lines in that poem. And
Most.
what did you think, Bill? My eyes.
I thought it was very, very interesting. I, I picked it up. I didn't get in until about the third line because I was busy putting up the link. You're soon to return to your basket. We've sat on your mother's house long enough now that out popped a pigeon. Seed from that hatch to plant, doomed to burst to Alka-Celtic ambition. Alka-Seltzers to settle your stomach, choked out by by onions greener than believed. I I don't know. I'm not part of that inside joke, I don't think, or that inside thought. Um, I'm really not sure. It sounds like, two people sitting up on a rooftop, maybe, and the pigeon came by, and from that they hatched a plan. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. Ray, you got to help me out on this one. I really don't. It was a kilo of bread.
Yeah, there's some context missing here. I think that she's talking to somebody in code. Talking to somebody between the lines. You have to be able to read between the lines, and unfortunately, I cannot get my eyes focused between the lines in this one. Um, doomed to burst from Alka-Seltzer ambition, choked out by onions greener than believed. I'm sorry, but what?
Yeah,
You lost me.
right,
Um,
right.
sorry about my dog.
Woof, 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 woof. Woof, 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 woof. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. I always feel stupid when I read something like that because I think I'm probably supposed to get it, but I just don't. So I apologize to the drip for not catching on, but at least I'm honest. Hello, YouTube people. Nice to know you're hanging out. And let's see.
All right.
We have Vizago and Kimanzano and Jojo joining us. Hey, and Luyu's back. Let's give her another try. Hello, Luyu.
I had to put my headset on it. I don't know what was happening. Y'all sound we sounded like we were 1-year-olds talking through cans with a string.
Ah,
That's what it sounded like.
that's okay. You didn't sound like that. You just sounded like heavy finger typing. Yes, yes, ma'am. So,
Hello, everybody.
hello, hello. Okay.
Hi to you.
Hey, Gray. Good to hear you.
I think Gray's
Thank
jealous.
you as well.
I think
I had
Gray's
to
probably
close
jealous
my
because
door.
your headset works and his. Ah, there you
Yeah, it was
go.
a bit of a dance at the start of the show trying to get things figured out. But we're here, so that's the main thing.
Yes,
Hi,
sir.
Luyu. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm in pain today for some reason, but I'm happy to be here to be distracted and get my brain cells to start cooking and
Right.
enjoy poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Alrighty.
don't,
All right.
so is
Sorry.
it
Go ahead.
just us two?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, just us.
Oh
Well,
no. Well, Phil's gonna drop off. But yeah. Okay.
okay,
But no. I've
You
got
know,
the next poem up. Sorry.
okay.
I see you know me so well.
Yeah.
Like the dust.
All right. So the next poem is up. It's called "She Forgot Her Mug" by Pierre C. If you would read that for us, Phil, please.
He just said I was going to drop off, and as soon as I did, he gave me food. So great.
He was trying to catch you before you left.
Ah, he was too slow. Just lucky. Well, you're gonna have to wait a minute because I have to grab the link and put it over.
You know what? I'll read it for you, Phil, unless you want to do it so you can take off.
Oh, if you can do it, I'm not gonna be far away.
Okay,
But
I'll
just I
do
have
it.
to get the link
I
fixed.
mean, I don't want to take your place, but if you need to do
Oh
something,
no,
I'll
Lou,
be happy.
no, Lou, I'm sure you're itching to read some poetry, so I have no problem with that.
Okay,
Okay,
all
but I
right.
won't be far. Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
She Forgot Her Mug by Pierre C. A chip mug with a tacky lemon print, fading out at the top from years of washes and sips, coffee, tea, and lipstick marks. It's been on the counter where she said it, clinking on her headed bracelet that she made herself. I bought the mug at a craft fair and gave it to her in a basket full of get well soon gifts. Guess it belongs in the cupboard, but I cannot put it there. I catch myself staring at the lemon pattern behind the kitchen clutter and remember the last time we goofed off while trying to make crepes in a tiny pan and failing. I miss borrowing her citrus hand lotion and asking and tisking at her stupid puns. Maybe I'll make her hot chocolate recipe next winter. Or maybe I'll text her sister and return the mug soon. This week, even, maybe, but I won't. End poem.
Fantastic read, Luyu, well done. And it's a heart wrenching poem because there's so much love and reverence for this person, and they've obviously passed, which is very sad. Because she says, "I'll miss boring her citrus hand lotion and asking her stupid puns. Maybe I'll make her hot cocoa recipe next winter, or maybe I'll text her sister and return the mug soon. This week, even, maybe, but I won't." It's when an inanimate object holds the love and energy of a loved one that has passed on. Um, it's heart wrenching for sure, brutal and beautiful at the same time. So nicely done, Piercy. And
Yeah,
Lee, what did you think?
well, I'm not sure if she passed away because the stanza you just read says, I'll make her hot chocolate recipe next year. Maybe she has passed away. Maybe they've broken up, but this is painful. Not only did she get a well deserved front page pick, she won a bronze and a silver medal for this poem. And, you're right, Gray. When you've shared a life with somebody and spent time with them, it's inanimate objects tend to take a life of their own and tend to carry memories very heavily. And I know that because when I see crochet or something or Vicks or something, it just takes me back to that time where I spent with my grandmother. And I thought this had lovely imaging in it. I liked how she said that she used to tisk at her poem, at her puns. You know, um, it's wonderful when somebody has a sense of humor. Oh, and I just looked at a
Absolutely.
comment where Pierre um, says, I am both moved and grateful that you included this poem in your morning prayer for Shamala. What a beautiful
Oh,
poem.
I see. It was written for Jamala.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, we do
nice.
miss her.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful, right? Excellent tribute to what seemed to be a wonderful woman. Um, Alrighty, so I've got the next poem here, and this is called Half Life by Jolly Tiger Banana. Tehran waits for me, like a knife on a table, not pointed at me, but close enough that I feel its breath. I say I want to go home, but the asphalt growls under my feet, a low, animal sound, the kind that tells you not to turn your back. The air is thick with something unsaid. Motorcycles rip through the night like bullets that forgot their target. Their headlights sweep across my leg, quick, assessing, as if deciding whether I'm prey. A siren wails somewhere far off, then cuts out mid scream. The silence that follows is sharper than the noise. A man slams a metal shutter down. The crack echoes like a warning shot. A black flag. Oh, sorry. A woman's chador snaps in the wind. A black flag signaling that the rules have changed. Pomegranates burst on the pavement, their seeds scattered like shrapnel. Someone steps on them, red smearing under their feet, like a message I'm not meant to read. I keep walking, not because I'm brave, because stopping feels like an invitation for the city to choose my ending. Tehran watches me from every window, every alley mouth, and flickering neon sign that buzzes like a faulty wire ready to spit sparks. Home should be a heartfelt, or sorry, home should be a heartbeat. This place is a pulse that could stop at any moment and take me with it. But I'm here, already here, and claimed by a city that holds me the way a storm holds lightning, tight, trembling, dangerously close to release. And inside my chest, that thin wire of longing and belonging vibrates so violently, I swear it could cut me open. End poem. And your
Mm.
thoughts, Lee?
Yeah, you did a great read of Jolly Tiger Banana's poem. She's talking about half life, in Tehran, where, danger is all around you. You never know when death will possibly take you. The danger that these people live in is just horrifying, where she talks about, I can just imagine like it says, the crack echoes like a man slams a metal shutter down. A crack echoes like a warning shot. A woman's chador snaps in the wind. A black flag signaling the rules have changed. Pomegranates burst on the pavement. The seeds scattered like shrapnel. Wow, the imagery in that is just powerful. Someone steps on them, red smearing under their heel, like a message I'm not meant to read. You know, um, this is, just amazing, how people go on with their lives. Um, when you never know what danger lurks around the corner or what could happen.
Absolutely. Yeah. Beautiful comment. Thanks so much, Lee. Yeah, I mean, the city has a way of, enveloping you, It feels like you're being stalked by wolves every move you make. And it's uncomfortable for sure in many cases, because danger lurks around every corner, every alley, every shadow, and you're trying to navigate your way through it without losing your mind or your sanity. Um, but I really enjoyed the whole ride. But that penultimate stanza really hit me hard. And inside my chest, that thin wire of longing and belonging vibrates so violently. I swear it could cut me. Yeah, it's a palpable description there of anxiety and fear cutting you and slicing
Hmm.
you.
Agreed.
Yeah, the cities are intense places. They're definitely not your lovely country um,
Especially in
market type thing.
Tehran.
There, yeah, exactly. Nice poem, Jolly Tiger Banana. Very nice, well written. I liked her descriptors. They were very visual and palpable for sure. All right, so Prudent Hope brings us a poem called "Small Gestures," and I'll post this to the group. And can you read this when you see it, Lou?
Hmm. Did you post it?
Not yet. No, I'm working on it. All right, there we go.
Okay, thank you. Small Gestures by Prudent Hope. In the third grade classroom, my best friend, Marianne, sits in front of me. She shows me how to curl my index and ring fingers around the pencil placed over my middle finger. The nun does not see how I am learning to make the bird. Tables, times tables, the pregnant lay teacher cracks a whip. The school day will end before I perfected giving the finger without the pencil. It will be a few years before I really understand what it means. Social studies, Sister Mary John's white noise about Greeks. But today, in a desk next to us, Charlie laughs and says, "Someday a boy is going to bang you." I don't know what he means. Marianne, who has a stepfather, tells me, "Hold up your hand and show him." I do. Marianne grins, looking satisfied. End poem.
Great, right? Great read, Lee. Um, but can you read the author's notes there?
Um, Haibun are usually written as narratives in a present tense.
Yeah, beautiful read and write. Um, so Haibun is a prosthetic literary form originating in Japan, combining prose and haiku. A range of haibun is broad and frequently includes autobiography, diary, essay, prose form, poem, short story, and travel journal. So learned something there today. It's always good to learn, I think. Um, you know, I like the way it was written in the first person narrative. Um, that's not. I've never been able to do that, quite honestly. But she did it quite excellently. Um, and then learning how to give somebody the finger is hilarious. When you're that young and innocent and naive, that you don't even know how to give the finger. That's a beautiful thing. Um, but the nurses, I mean the nuns, Sister Mary John's "White Noise About Greeks" was a great line because it's just like Charlie. I mean, yeah, Charlie Brown. Wah 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 wah. That's what I got out of that. But today, in a desk next to us, Charlie laughs and says, "Someday a boy will bang you." And then, she's not
I
even
got a
learned how
big
to give the
kick.
finger
You just
yet.
read that line and then you were saying this was a beautiful poem.
Right? Yeah. But I
Mm.
think I thought it was fantastic the way that she presented this journey, out of innocence. I guess it is, the way it should be, innocently.
Yeah, but
And
I can't believe the stepfather told him, "Hold up your hand and show him."
no, that was
Oh,
the girl. The girl that was. Oh
no,
no, you're right. The
no,
stepfather.
it
You're right.
was the stepfather. Yeah, this was
No,
very
Marianne.
nostalgic.
No, it says Marianne who has a stepfather.
Ah, okay. Well, still, what a
So
great thing for a
maybe,
stepfather to teach his daughter in grade school and then in a Catholic
yeah,
school to boot. That, man, if she gets caught doing that, she's going to get the ruler.
yeah.
And
You remember
remember, in
when you
those
first
days,
learned how to give the finger?
no, because nobody, I was playing, I'd rather play my violin. That's where my fingers were going. No, I don't even remember. I didn't learn that in grade school. Nobody was doing that. Not until you got into middle school. But I
Yeah.
would, to do that in a Catholic school, that'll get you paddled, sent home, hands hit with rulers. That's some scary
Yeah.
stuff to do that in school.
Well, when you have older brothers, you learn stuff early. I can tell you that.
Well, I was the oldest
You
then,
know,
so.
I'm pretty sure I was 3 when I gave my first finger.
Oh, Gray, that's horrible. No wonder you're such a bad person, bad boy.
Well, bad company.
Mm-hmm.
But you did. It was yeah, wonderful
It
read.
was it was funny. It just shows how kids are, and like I don't know, it's a rumor. I always heard that kids in Catholic school were worse than those in public school. So and so
Yeah,
so far I find that to be true. No offense
yeah,
to
exactly.
anybody. No offense to anybody.
Well, one of my first girlfriends was a Catholic schoolgirl, and I tell you, I mean, I learned some things from that girl. I'm just saying.
She warped you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You know, um, but no, I
Shame on
mean,
you.
yeah, I remember her.
Hmm.
She, I don't know, she can't remember what it was that happened. Oh, I don't know. I think we were having trouble or something. Anyway, um, I look out my front window and there's a whole gang. Like, I mean, there was 20 different Catholic schoolgirls on my front lawn, calling my
Why?
name, looking for me.
Were they gonna beat you up?
I don't. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I was breaking up with Debbie, and I guess they all took it upon themselves to be mad at me for it. So there they were
Mm,
on my front lawn, calling me out. I'm like, Dylan, answer the door. I'm not home. Good
mm, mm, mm.
times, good
Uh,
times. All right,
Good
I'm gonna grab
times.
the next poem
They would have
here.
whooped your ass.
Yeah, they would have for sure. I would have been shredded like you know piece of paper. All right, I'm gonna post this into the group. And when you see this, would you mind giving that a read, please, Leah?
I. Do you want me to read again?
You didn't read Jolly Tiger Banana?
No, I read the one about the school, the Catholic school. I'll read again if you want me
Okay.
to.
Well, no, I'm just looking at the list. It went Piercy, read by you. Then you said nicely penned to Jolly Banana, and read Gray Eyes.
And and
And then
I
I posted the
just
next poem,
yeah, I read
which should have
Prudent
been
Hope.
you.
Yeah, Prudent Hope was the last poem read. I read that. Marianne, that's my sister's name. That's how I know I read this one.
Yeah,
The
but
last
who
poem,
read Jolly Tiger Banana? I did.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
I
but the
read it.
last poem, yeah, but the last poem you posted was Prudent Hope, and I read that.
All right. So it's my read.
Yeah,
Okay. I don't know. I'm
and
confused.
there's only two of
Anyway,
us,
this is by.
and you don't have a
I
list.
know,
Get a
right?
list. Bad.
I, I hate this. Anyway, this is Ruby 2446 brings us his typing neighbor. Night after night from his apartment he listened, as if deciphering words from her taps, seeing her in his mind, slim fingers dancing, back straight, glossy hair, loose. Was she writing sensual poetry, propaganda, a research paper, love letters maybe? No, not that he hoped. End the poem. And the author's note says, dedicated to my precious friend and poet extraordinaire, fallen
Minstrel.
minstrel, whose love and literature of all games,
John.
genres, has
Mm.
encouraged me to read writers beyond my usual di- genres and instructions. Inspiration for poems are found within their pages. XXX question mark question mark question mark XXX. Well, what did you think, Lee?
Well, I really enjoyed this brevity by Ruby. She does write wonderful sensual poems. and she was supposed to write 45 words exactly about a typewriter. And I thought she did this fantastic because she sets us up with the title. And then, I really like how, she's listening to Kim with the keys, what are they writing? Slim fingers dancing back straight, glossy hair loose while she's writing central poetry. Or is it propaganda? Or is it a research paper? Or could it be a love letter? And then she goes at the ending line, no, not that he hoped. Excellent poem. And congratulations on your front page pick, Ruby.
Yeah, I was just reading comments here. And Fallen Minstrel, which you mentioned, says,
Hmm.
"Thanks so much for sharing your well deserved front page pick with me. I'm proud to introduce you to my beloved Kafka, to you, Esbeck Fräulein Fürstner from the trial. There's a little of her mystery. There's a little of a mystery. Her mystery lives within these words as an individual, a thinker, and a poet. All criminals within a communist society. Strange how love for mankind often deteriorates into the same injustices it was instigated to replace, that we might live as one. It's the human condition for evil men to assume the roles of leaders. They should be the parent to their people and have no ulterior motives. Should be state leaders and not alone, who love their children as a mother loves her children." And Ruby said, "Most welcome, Habibi. It is a privilege to have you as my most precious friend and my inspiration and encourager to venture to new literary spaces for me. The world is in such chaos, and where love to be the light, evil, greed, etc., seems to be encroaching in so many of those spaces, even sadly beyond the communist world. For sure, as you see, Fraulein Fürstner, and your rights were my inspiration here, so you should share the FPP Habibi. Thanks as ever for comment that is golden and adds to everyone's reading of my poem." So that's a beautiful friendship right there. Um, Inspiration can be found in many places, but there's nothing like finding it in your own friends' poetry. So beautifully, beautiful comment and
Yeah,
beautifully written. Sorry,
she
go ahead.
was saying that she was supposed to be writing about a typewriter, and she says that I don't get what abstracts about him seeing her in his mind as she writes. And I have, so she got a front page pick. I thought this was very creative.
Absolutely, yeah. Um, you know, the mystery behind the wall of the person sitting at that typewriter fuels the imagination and carries your thoughts away. Um,
Um,
oh,
Phil
sorry.
Phil put a poem in the group link, Gray.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Oh,
I noticed that. All right, so should we get to the one I posted first, or? Oh no, I did.
um,
Shit. No, it's
did you
okay.
already?
We can go to A Pocket Full of You, a poem by Ashes of Sputnik,
Hmm.
and I guess she was telling us to get moving. Is that what that is?
I don't know.
Um,
Is that the
anyway,
next poem?
I think so. I'm gonna check here. Yep, it is. She's pushing us along. Just stop yapping. Get on with the poetry. All
Okay,
right,
Gray.
you mind giving that a
Let's
read,
see.
Lee?
Yeah. A Pocket Full of You by Ashes of Spill Ink.
Oh, spilled ink. I said Sputnik.
Hmm. The coffee is humming and the front door shut. The silence returns to its familiar rut. I hear his car fade at the end of the lane, while mist from the morning still clings to the pane. I turn to the hallway, half ready to start the chores of the day with a quieted heart. Be there on the table, tucked under the keys, is a small silver ring that he wears with such ease. He must have forgotten it in a rush for the light, a piece of his morning spark of last night. It's heavy and cool as it rests in my palm, carving cedar and skin scented calm. I know I should call him. I know I should say, you left this behind as you started your day. But I close my hand tight and choose to be still, to harbor this treasure against my own will. I slip it inside of one of my cardigan sleeves, a secret companion I'm loath to let leave. It sits in my pocket, a comforting weight, a piece of his hand while I linger and wait. He's out in the city, he's busy and bright, chasing the hours till he's home for the night. But I have this token, this sweet little prize, a secret I'll keep from his beautiful eyes. I'll put it back quietly just where it lay before he walks in at the end of the day. But for now, it's my heart's little stolen delight, a piece of my darling to hold me through the night. End poem.
Beautiful read, Leo. What a touching write. I mean, you know, that's the thing about energies. When somebody loves something, they're not there to hold it and embrace it and love that thing that they carry with them in their heart and their soul every day. Um, and it's left there, to be lost or forgotten. You grab it up and you hold it close and you feel that energy emanating off of that inanimate object because it was so endeared by the person who it belonged to. You can feel it in your own vibe, in your own spirit, your own energy, and that's such a touching, right? Just beautiful. Love in the absence of is beautiful. And what did you think, Lee?
I thought this was an intimate snapshot of, what is happening in her life. Um, that he took off to go to work and be busy in this city. And when he left his keys, he forgot to take his, I don't know if it's a wedding ring or what, a type of male ring that he wears. And, he forgot it. And she's thinking about calling him. You forgot your ring, you know, um, and but she stops herself because she wants to, I'm sure he'll notice that it's missing and he'll call her, did I leave my ring there?" But she's just holding on to it for, like, that little selfish reason to have a piece of him while he's gone, and she holds it next to her body, and she'll just wait until he comes back. She says, "A piece of my darling to hold me through light," waiting until he returns. It's a love poem. It's well written.
Yeah, you can feel the love and the tenderness in the right.
Hmm.
Um, and I guess Phil's posting links now, so woohoo! That takes one thing off my list of to dos. Um,
She's saying,
yeah, high
"Ray,
five,
it's your
Phil. High
turn."
five.
Yeah, do you see
Yeah,
that?
high five.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's only two of us, and you're getting us already. What's the list? Thanks, Phil.
uh,
Keep him in line.
listen, listen, Luyu Wild Dove, settle it down, settle it down. All
Hmm.
right, here we go. So this next poem, oh, I don't know, that took me to the website here. Okay, Broken, a poem by Joseph Moon. I click on it, and it's going to take me to A poem. Okay, I don't know why that happened. It took me to the old poetry site, but first time I pressed it. But we've got Broken, and this is by Joseph Moon. Standing silent, sans spirit, silver stones on silver stones, stained wood with a hand hammered nails, wherein a family gathered round. Hopes, dreams, laughter, and tears, normal human emotion that no court document shall show. Stamped, foreclosed. And what remains? The only sign of lives once lived, a Christmas message hanging in a wretched window, peace on earth, and on the barren driveway, a red toy fire truck, broken and full. And the comment, I mean, the author note says, indeed, times are tough, and yes, bad things happen to good people. Please ponder my free verse poem, some statistics on foreclosures, linked below. Wow. Yeah, what a terrible situation that is. Anyway, your thoughts, Lee?
This is society at times, especially those with the money, tend to not be considerate or listen to. Somebody could have lost their job, there could have been a death in society, and to have a foreclosure where you removed from your home that you had lived in for years, and the marks of it when you're at that last door and you turn around and look, and you remember everything that you shared with your family there, like he says, hopes, dreams, laughter, tears, normal human emotions. And then he gets where that's human emotions, then it goes into the no court document shall show. It just instantly changes into something horrible, something cold, something unfeeling, stamped for closure. So I'll stop there so I can give you something to comment about, Gray.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a bit of an epidemic, really. So many homes are foreclosed every day around the world. It's scary and tragic. You never know if you could be next. Your family could be next. It just takes an illness. It just takes somebody losing their job. And next thing you know, you're without a house. The house that you poured everything into is now foreclosed upon, and it's going to either be demolished or sold, or maybe both. Um, but it was woven with incredible imagery and emotion throughout. Yeah, nicely done. Sorry, I just gotta find the name here. All right, Joseph Moon. Yeah, nicely done, Joseph Moon. Fantastic, right? It
Mm-hmm.
was a pleasure to read it.
Congratulations on your front page pick.
Absolutely, yes. Congratulations on your front page pick. All right. So Phil has the next write up. If you wouldn't mind giving that a read, please, Lee Wilder.
Mm-hmm. Lord of the Playground by Domiciles. Hot damn. It's a summer day, and I'm heading out to play, pedaling hard on a huffy 10 speed. I had one of those. Cards in the spokes, I had that too, to provide the lead, pegs on the wheels, and the wind in my hair. A rebel without a helmet or care. Here in Mecca, the mercurial metal is rusted and disheveled. It waits to scorch the skin under a white, hot yellow sun. Who makes a slide out of metal anyway? You can hear the screech as skin cooked and raked along the steel after climbing 10 feet, only to be jettisoned to the concrete. And a merry-go-round, its Chernobyl ghost, rusted red with chipped lead paint. But if enough of us pushed, we'd spin until our stomachs retched. The busted swing set has one or two seats, just enough for me and you. to swing as high as we can, gripping orange coated chains. We jump and fly like Icarus before the cracked ground breaks our fall. There are yellow jackets in the monkey bars. We dare to test allergies to swing across because in this heat, nothing as simple as crisscross applesauce, old cigarette butts and used condoms, spent shell casings and needles in the dirt, an obstacle course of broken glass makes treasure hunting a serious venture, while the other kids laugh at our ignorance. Still, the day clocks on and we have our fun until the curfew hour has come. I run to my bike and mount my 10 speed. It is a victory if I haven't bled by the time I got home to what Mama said in poem.
Beautiful read. But this took me back to my youth. Um, my
Mm-hmm.
brother, we always wanted to ride to Springbank Park on the hottest summer day, and it was like at minimum 5 miles either way, so 10 miles round trip. And oh man, I just remember being so parched and hungry every time on the way home. It was like you'd head out with all these good intentions and excitement, and you just you know dragging your feet trying to come home because you bicycled halfway across the city and back. Um, but I remember, I mean, the playground is exactly what my playgrounds were, and yeah, who the hell makes a slide out of metal anyway? It's like you just cook yourself, burn yourself as you're trying to
I
slide
have
down.
burnt. Yeah, do you remember your thighs burning?
Oh
Your
yeah,
butt
yeah, I remember.
had burn marks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was just insane that they would make that out of
Well,
a
everything
shiny.
was made out of metal
Yeah,
except the rubber seats on the swing. The nothing. I can't think of anything. The chain links, the monkey bars. What is that thing? The merry-go-round. Everything was, it was made for fun. Boy, that stuff was dangerous. They don't even have that stuff anymore.
yeah, exactly. I don't know. The playground, everything was dangerous back in the day. Do you remember the car seats in your youth?
The what?
Car seats, baby car seats.
They didn't have cars. No, I don't remember
Yeah,
those.
well, basically high chairs, anything that had to do with a kid was, you know, majorly dangerous.
Yeah, yeah, it was, and if you look at his poem, he even goes into more detail. Thanks to a comment that ZZ Tom gave him. It says, and it was typical pre-astroturf emphasis on safety urban playgrounds, haha, rusted basketball courts, unused cracked tennis ball courts, metal slides that seemed to touch the heavens, and those round dome things that were all metal, everything really, and no turf, just concrete. Man, I have so many. That's when that was hardcore, skin knees, everything.
Yeah, right.
But I can't, but it was fun. I'm sorry. We grew up hardcore. What can I say?
Yeah, exactly.
That was some good fun, even though I got hurt a lot, but this was an excellent poem, very detailed. It's not like it is now where they have covers for the playgrounds and you know grass, or they put sand so you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so great poem,
Yeah,
well
they're much
written.
they're much gentler playgrounds than nowadays than they were for
Yeah.
sure.
Congratulations on his front page pick. Oh my
Absolutely, yeah.
goodness.
Alrighty, so Phil has got the next poem up, the Wild Dove. If you
Hmm.
wouldn't mind reading this, it's called "Fire Emerging"
It's
by Dotted
it
Lines.
it's your poem I just read.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Man, Gray,
Uh,
that's pretty
oh,
bad.
yeah, it is. It's horrible.
Your
All
turn.
right, so we have Prom Night, 1973. Fire Emerging by Dotted Lines. Sounds like a Carrie story.
Hmm.
The theme was hell, Pluto's pad, some senior's stoner idea of cool. Known school wide for my art skills, I was assigned the dubious honor of setting the infernal ablaze. The underwood arose in summer swelter, born of sweat and rueful duty. Red and gold paper streamers danced in the hot breath of 8 strategically paced industrial fans. Clouds of dry ice drifted above newly polished floors, swallowing our shoes like a dream refusing to die. Light, lighting promised a hellish storm, strobing in concert to thunderous booms and whirling wind by virtue of an 8-track sail bin find. I came as I was, emerging, wearing high-top tennis shoes and a thrifted dress I'd refashioned, embroidery threads hopscotching through tender fabric, bordered with an endearingly honest lace. The cape, a gasp of sheer elegance, whiplashes into the gym's red glow, a shimmery cloud of my own making. Around me, a proscenium of peers around the punch bowl, faces illuminated by the strobing flashes of contrived lightning. Tuxedoed boys, red faced, shifted uneasily, awkward with the burden of pretense. Girls in shapeless chiffon and heavy makeup speaking too loudly. Some of them made trips to the parking lot for weed or alcohol. All of them were wearing the patina of adulthood over the exuberance of youth. I danced to the rustle of flickering paper flames, no longer the shy girl, walking the hallways, avoiding contact, no longer the poor kid, mapping escape routes, or the only child shadow of her parents' worry. Through the fog and flashes, amid music too loud for solid thought, I showed them. Here is the girl leaving town, taint and determination under her nails, flaming spirit burning to become the girl who looked at the world and stitched beauty out of need, spirit from the unholy. Hell never looked so much like freedom. End of poem.
Thank you, Gray.
And what were your thoughts, Lee Waldo?
Well, I really enjoyed this poem by Dottie. Not She not only got a front page pick, but she also won a silver medal in Kevin's contest. Congratulations on that. She took us right through this. It was very good storytelling, excellent imagery throughout. In this one, instead of um, she knew who in this one I liked that she was sure of herself at the end, and you know like 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 they said, a coming out party. It was really, I liked the setting of the gym and everything, and the woman that was emerging from this this lightning storm. I'm just wondering what is going to happen towards the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful comment, Lee.
Yeah, I would like
And
to second. I hope she makes a second, an add-on.
right, yeah. You know, somebody named Little Wolf 4 commented on it, and I mean, he wrote a book on the poem. Um, you know, he really digs into her psyche and
Mhm.
this woman emerging from her cocoon. You know, um, wearing thrifted dresses and finding herself in her um, themed dance. You know that she was in charge of creating. Um, he says, and when I look at the woman you are now, steady, strong, creative, generous, walking your road with such self awareness and maturity, I can't help but feel proud of you. The girl in those paper flames grew into someone extraordinary and loving. You, as my friend, is one of the great honors of my life. And she responded, speechless.
Oh,
And you know that particular word I hardly ever use to describe myself? How you see through to the truth, how you respond in words of truth and meaning. Wow, Wolfie, just wow. And the honor is truly mine indeed. That's a beautiful friendship right there. Um, that I really enjoyed the poem. I mean, it was so descriptive. It was like you were standing beside her and she's going through all this. And, it's the butterfly emerging from the cocoon at that dance. So sometimes, hell never looks so good because you're escaping what you were. Um, so, yeah, incredible, right, Terrell? And your thoughts, Lee, well done.
oh,
Or
I
your
already
comment.
commented.
Oh, my
Oh, Gray,
God.
this is okay. Ready for the
Uh,
next one, Gray?
all right, we can do that, I think. So we have Enneagram, a poem by James Meyer. Whenever you're ready, Lee, well done.
Mm-hmm. From a military source, I assume my drill sergeant, screaming like a bayonet, ripping through an olive green canvas bag. He carves words like a soldering in through our trembling nerves. The spam on our tongue, taste of rusty footlockers and stale crackers. The gooey caramel of ferment dripping on the bread turns into chipped beef on the toast under a wet tent, genuflecting to the barbed ignition of our own lack of admonition. We, the young, freshly bald recruits, clad in olive drab, tub our burning ears as rigid as a post. Our exhaustion clots the night thicker than motor oil in the gutter of dawn. Sweet sweat off our domes like creek water off a duck. The air thrums with orders as stout as a coiled grenade fused burning in the sand. Our fractured last names are shrapnel in the muddy grammar of hand to hand warfare. End poem.
Beautiful read, Lee. And, nothing describes the military better than this poem, really. It captures the energy, the surroundings, um, the drill sergeant, carving words like a soldering through our trembling nerves, the spam on our tongue, tastes of rusty footlockers and stale crackers, the gooey caramel of fromage dripping on bread turns into chipped beef on toast under a wet tent. You know, um, the army is a tough life. You have to be strong to get through it, and uh, especially training. You get pushed around. Your name holds no meaning. It's just your number at that point. Our fractured last names are shrapnel in a muddy grammar of hand-to-hand warfare. Fantastic, right? James Meyer and palpable for sure. What did you think? Lee,
Well, I
well done.
thought I want to congratulate him on a well-deserved front page pick. He goes through here um, the barking orders, the military protocol of what it's like to get these soldiers ready for warfare. And, it's a shocking experience when they first get in, having been in a civilian life. Um, I'm an army brat, so I understand a lot of this and know a lot of this too. The drills, that you go through in the military, it's difficult. My dad even taught us, we had to make our beds, and they weren't made correctly. If he got a quarter and he bounced, if the bed sheets and everything did not bounce, that bed was not made well. So, this is just army protocol, and it's a difficult life, but they have to get them ready for warfare. So I thought this was very well written.
Absolutely. Beautiful comment, you. All right. Go to the next poem here. And Bill My Eyes has that up and ready.
Mm-hmm.
So this is by Budo. It's called Still Breathing You by Becky Friend.
Yeah, we're into
And
open poetry. Thank you,
okay, yeah,
Phil.
sorry. There's an audio
And
for that. So
yes,
whenever you're
there's an
ready, Bill My
audio.
Eyes.
Tonight a high wind parts the clouds, and stars quick stepping, winking crowds. Sweet moonshine beating, I'm inclined to feel your body next to mine. Keeping time. When morning brings a blackbird song, inviting me to sing along, our notes entwine like trumpet vine, and shadows shimmy with sunshine. Keeping time. Daytime or in the night, I know that it is right, that two-step dance of our romance. And when you leave, the silence weaves a lullaby on cue. Still breathing you. Twilight or afternoon delight, before the dawn or at midnight, our heartbeats sync, our whispers rhyme, your eager body next to mine. Keeping time. So bring your love to me tonight. We'll sail on Muslim sheets of white, to violins and dance divine. I feel your body next to mine. Keeping time. Daytime or in the night, I know that it is right, that two-step dance of our romance. And when you leave, the silence weaves a lullaby on cue. Still breathing you. I'm still breathing you.
Gray? Hello?
Yeah, sorry, I was talking to my mute button. But that was a beautiful song, you know. You know, I've always enjoyed Budo's songs, you know. But this one was done. I don't know. There's something so genuine and artistic about this, right? Almost like you could feel it, the words in his heart, and so I thought the lyrics were awesome. The song was excellent, and yeah, just a beautiful collab. We need to hear more of that for sure. Nicely done, Budo. Your thoughts, Lee? Well done.
I thought this was a fantastic collaboration between Gray and Becky. The melody's beautiful. I love the heartfelt poem of these, this love song it's just gorgeous. It's um how do I say? It just took me back to the songs that were written in the 70s. I just thought it was gorgeous. Excellent,
Yeah,
excellent audio.
absolutely. Great comment. Lee, well done. Um, yeah, it was a beautiful collab. Nicely done, folks. Alrighty, so now I just need to press my page. Do, 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 do. All right, so the next poem up is called Maestro 6. So maybe this is just by Maestro 6. Yeah, it's written by Maestro 6, and it's called Front Page Worthy. Ecstatic at the fact that I write for attention, extending my tentacles to expand my reach, placing my feet in rooms where invites were not courted in my direction, and requiring boundaries to be stretched, pushing the limits of what was versus where it is. Imperative, the material, make, headlines, big news, lasting coverage of the pound journey plus pound journal. The work and writing are aging well, writing for a pension, literature for a check, searching for the portal where locked engaging the respect that earns pound front page. End poem. Your thoughts, Lee? Well done.
I enjoyed this poem. Maestro wrote here in his author's notes, something special, written at 3:15 a.m. Friday morning, breakout stardom. And I was just looking at his comment that he gave Stacey Perry. Yeah, I love the way you always gets me. It feels good to be able to be expressive without having to iron out every detail to the reader. And that's true, just to be yourself, and just to let the words flow and express your thoughts and to be respected for them. So I enjoyed the read and I enjoyed Maestro's poem very much.
Yeah, exactly. I think he captures the essence of most poets. You know, they just want to share their word, their voice, and hopefully it hits home with somebody. Um, and it's felt by the world. Um, but I thought he captured the essence of a poet's heart quite beautifully. So nicely done, Maestro 6. Alrighty, here we go. Grab. Oh, right. Bill, may I put up the next poem? If you would mind reading that, please, leave
It
out there.
has the audio, Gray.
Oh, sorry. Forevermore by Ravenous Pen. Whenever you're ready, please. Bill, may I?
Forevermore. To know me forevermore, thyself shalt forget thyself. To hear me, ye shall know no more. Mine presence is only once felt, but once felt thou hast never felt, and shan't forevermore. As greeting sound upon thy ears alone shall fall. Upon my ears such fear I must deliver. Fear not, forevermore fear, and all ends with my call. My call is feared by all, heard or not, all shall quiver. Cast to this essence hath I been sentenced, to atone my sins of seeking winds of eternal life, by whom I know not, for I would offer repentance, a small penance to be rid of such sorrow and strife. Dost thou not understand? Care thee not? Aptly so, I know 'tis a burden thou shan't bear forevermore, and forevermore I implore, but I know I cannot, to make thee the last I render and deliver unto that forevermore. Some shall plead, I wish I could grant, to be left to be, forevermore ne'er undone. And some mirror that, offering unto me their hand, a peace to them awaits, that forevermore hast begun. My feathers are forbidden, for thy quill couldst be stilled. The swan I envy, beauty and grace, forevermore adored. But I am no raven, ever hated, a flower born to wilt, condemned forevermore to serve such darkness as my lord. Now thou dost know me, but thyself ye didst forget. Mine words thou hast heard, but ye shall hear them no more. Thy life I've carried here, it shall be as if we had never met. Thine own, but never mine, I welcome thee unto that shore, forevermore.
Well, that had Frank all over it, really. I mean, the subject matter is Frank's. The reading sounded like Frank in a way, um, very stage like. I thought he did a beautiful job of reading his poem. I've never heard Ravenous Pen, but Ravenous Pen. Um, but I thought he captured the essence of the Raven from uh, what's the guy's name?
Poe.
Poe. Yeah, Poe. Uh, you know, he's condemned to being this evil force. He's like, uh, the life I have carried here, it shall be as if we hath never met. Thine own, but never mine. I welcome thee unto that shore forevermore. Yeah, I liked it. I liked the tone of the right. It was beautifully expressed. It was haunting and evocative. Uh, you know, the there's just something haunting about the act of being taken into the other side by a raven. Um, I like it. It's death is one of those subjects that we all get tripped up on. I think to a certain degree. Um, I mean, my mom is getting older. She just fell and broke her hip, and seeing her so fragile and so um, laid up, it was heart wrenching. It's like, um, you know, I don't know. It's just like, uh, it, I don't know. I don't. I don't like it. I don't like death, especially when it comes to my mom. So enough said about that. Uh, what did you think, Leah? But fantastic,
Well,
right? And read.
I thought he did a fantastic job of channeling um, Laurent Montagnier. He says that he was the poem is from the Raven's point of view of being the harbinger of death, and he says that he wrote for a quote from poetic Picasso. He was condemned to the darkness of the centuries of endless horror, and I really enjoyed his theatrics in here. Um, I really like this stanza here. My feathers are forbidden, for the quill must be stilled. The swan I envy, beauty and grace forevermore adored. But I am the raven, ever hated, a flower born to wilt, condemned forevermore to serve such darkness as my lord. You know, the torture of having to be the harbinger of death until he died is just, horrifying. And I thought this was
Yeah,
well penned, and I enjoyed. It's the first time I heard Ravenous Ken's poem, so I enjoyed this very much. And, this is the first time I heard his voice, so he did a great job. And I saw that he won an Emerald Medal. Congratulations!
yeah, absolutely. And I think Zach is calling in. Are you
Okay,
here, Zach?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
yeah. Hi,
Yep,
Zach.
you bet.
Hey,
Great to
Luyu.
have you.
Hey, Craig.
Hey,
Good to hear your
happy to
voice,
have you.
mister.
Likewise,
How have
man.
you how have you been?
I was not doing so great earlier, but I'm doing better now. So I decided that I would I just felt good enough to finish out the show with you guys for a nice Monday. So
You'll always feel.
Awesome.
If you don't feel good, call in and you'll feel better.
exactly,
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
absolutely. All right. So we've got one more person to keep track of now, so that should be good for me. Um all right, so you're just in time to read a poem by Pam Ray called The Hurly Burly of the Dust Devil. And whenever you're ready, please, Zach.
Okay. I walk across the raging river. I run into the storm, ready for the lightning that will strike upon my soul. I'm cloaked by dark clouds, by the shadows of the night. Inside, I am planets unaligned, and a full strawberry moon. I'm ready to climb mountains. I'm ready to face beasts. I'm ready with an appetite that will know the greatest feasts. I'm unapologetic in the way I carve my path. Some call me a sinner and cast me with their wrath. I am a woman of the woods, a dame of this rugged land. I play the drums of thunder in a heavy metal band. I'll pluck your nerves like a fiddle. Your skull will be my drum. My power will make you cower in its ever rising hum. I'm electric and I'm shocking. I won't wear a frilly dress. I'm the spirit of the hurricane and I'll make your life a mess. I am the storm. I'm not the norm. I can take so many forms. I'm the thought that holds on tight, driving your mind crazy in this wild, wild night. I am the feminine embodiment of the rising fire. I am a dust devil that stings like nettles and briar. I am the waves that crash with rhythm upon your vulnerable shores. I am the aggressive deluge that has you begging for a war of words. I am the hurly burly, the helter skelter of your life. I'm the raw truth of the landslide with sand shaped into knives. End poem.
Fantastic read, Zach. Sorry about the delay. I was having trouble with my mute button. Louis Wildup, what did you think of the poem that Zach read
Well,
by
you
Tempray?
know, it was read with such force and such power. The imagery in here is somebody that's not is not who you will expect, that can take a form. I am the woman of the woods, a dame of this rugged land. I play the drums of thunder and heavy metal bond. It just, that you could just she was just gathering all this electricity and storms that she can funnel into herself. I am the feminine embodiment of the rising flower. I am the dust devil that stings like nettles and briar. I this was just powerful. Um, the helter skelter, the way that she uses her power to form into anything that needs be. She is one powerful biatch.
Great comment, Lee. Well done. Yeah, this has Pam all written all over it. Um, she is a force of nature to be reckoned with, and I thought she did a beautiful job of penning this poem. You did a beautiful job of reading the poem, Zach. Um, but I really enjoyed it all. But I like those two last stanzas especially. I am the waves that crash with rhythm upon your vulnerable shores. I am the aggressive deluge that has you begging for a war of words. I am the hurly burly, the helter skelter of your life. I'm the raw truth of the landslide with sand shaped into knives. I mean, could you see a landslide of knives coming at you? Not something you'd want at all, ever. But it was a beautiful write, Pam, and you did an excellent job of reading it, Zach. What did you think, Zach?
Oh, I thought it was excellent. It was great to read Pam again. I like how this particular piece, the speaker like refused to be categorized and like forced into a box and just can't be tamed. Definitely a free spirit for sure, who's very powerful. And like Grace said, a literal force of nature, just written into words. I really enjoyed this piece.
Fantastic comment. Thank you so much, Zach. Alrighty. And we have the next poem up. It's called Stellified Kiss by Lorient Montaner. And if you wouldn't mind reading that, please leave.
I think there's an audio.
Oh, okay. Audio, yes, you're right.
I am the gentle touch illuminating your eyes, a sparkling star glowing in a cosmic canvas of love, the passionate heat thus burning in your galaxy, the pure substance of an engaging energy lit. You are the nocturnal darkness of naked space, so empty in the sorrow of my luminous absence, without the constellation of a kaleidoscopic tango. To celestial orbs yearning to emerge in an exotic fusion. Our form is the beauty of the particles of electricity, expanding with the matter we create with our romance, drifting beyond the distant apogee in the zenith, where our lips meet at the Milky Way with a kiss. Come with me into the chasm of exploding matter, the bosom of the hot layers of our erotic explorations, as we roam the vicinity of the universe together, dripping into the passages of our penetrating shivers. Space is a seduction of the canopy of love-making. I am the radiance of the stars, the sensual caress of a lover. Tu belleza es mi reverencia, y la noche es nuestra odisea. Nuestro beso es teleficado de amor, es la luz brillando en el universo. Your beauty is my reverence, and the night is an odyssey. Our stellified kiss of love is the light glowing in the universe. If I fall from the sky, I know you'll be there to embrace me in your arms.
Wow, Frank, the ever romantic dude that he is. What did you think, Zach?
I thought this was a beautiful piece. Frank's voice on this time, it wasn't like he employed a different kind of theatrical pattern than he sometimes does. I normally sometimes hear him inflect like this almost like this someone who's tinged with madness, but this time he kind of used his voice in a little bit like more of a sultry tone, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the passages which felt like they came from a cosmic place of like celestial lovemaking, with like it simply just to me it brought to mind a love that was just out of this world, quite literally.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful comment. Thank you so much, Zach. And Luyu Waldo, what did you think?
Oh, this was a beautiful poem. That's why he won a gold medal. He wrote from a contest in 22. The quote was, "I love you more than all the stars in the sky." And he just develops this cosmic beauty. It's just like the celestial orbs yearning to merge into an exotic fusion. And then he starts talking about the chemistry of the bodies, the particles, electricity. They start expanding, but what they're expanding into is romance. And so I thought that was beautiful. The Milky Way with the kiss. But one of the stanzas here, you are the nocturnal darkness of naked space, so empty in the sorrow of my luminous absence, without the constellation of a kaleidoscope tango, two celestial orbs yearning to emerge into an exotic fusion. This is just beautifully penned and just electrifyingly beautiful.
Beautiful comment, Luyu Waldo. Yeah, I mean, the journey of two lovers romantically traversing the universe is a beautiful expression of an unending and endearing love, was my comment back in July of 2022. Um, but, Frank is just such a romantic, he's always just, over the top with his romanticism. Come with me into the chasm of exploding matter, the bosom of hot layers of our erotic exploration. As we roam the vastity of the universe together, dripping into the passages of our penetrating shivers. Like, I mean, so much said in that one stanza. Um, but, I really like this, I like his romantic side. Very good. All right. Nicely read, Frank. And thank you for sharing. All right. So up next, we have a poem by Dig77, and it takes me to the new alt poetry site. So maybe we could add that second link that's there, spell, because I think that one works. Either the first or the second, whichever you didn't put up. All right. Okay. All right. Dates. No, the only link there. And it worked that time. So I'll post this into the group. Okay, you got it. Okay, Phil. I think you do. Yeah. Yep. All right. So whenever you're ready, Lee Wildup, would you mind reading DGS DJGS 117, a poem called Untitled? Are you with us, Lee? Am I with you? Yeah. I'm with
I see you're
you.
muted.
Unmute Lee Wildup.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Untitled by DJGF 117. An anonymous symphonic that's chronic. Allotting thoughts become a tonic. A phantasmagical, euphoric implore, endure, no deplore. Incredulous Oh my goodness. My medicine is making me tongue twist. Could you read this, Zach?
Oh, of course. Um, incredulity and definitely preceding the thinking nothing but everything, an inert convert ensuring tapestry, Jamor does incur, a pancetta, vendetta, endeavor, ground setter, vivacious enchanter, an answer as pure as cancer. Hurt is laboriously and joyous, porous and gorgeous. Explore more for perjure, damn my core. Alabaster, disaster, crafter, master. Asker, faster or lasher. Masker, scrummager, creating my lore. Pejorative, explorative, a score of it, encouraging. Decorative chlorophyll, want more of it. Aspirational predation, full creation of engraving at call, an enthrall of gall. Grout is simple. End poem.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. What did you think, Lee?
In his author notes, he said, been trying to find inspiration for some years now, and this was a 10-minute couch write. Well, I would not believe this was 10 minutes. Your vocabulary in here is just fabulous, and you made it rhyme with these vocabulary that is difficult. I'm sorry, I had, my medication makes me sleepy and I start seeing things. And your writing was just fabulous. I really got a big kick. I love this stanza. A pejorative, explorative, a score of it, encouraging, decorative, chlorophyll, want more of it. Um, I, it just seems like by the time you were getting to the end, I could just hear your joy in writing this. At least I felt it. I enjoyed this. Then your last stanza, aspirational, predation full, creation engraving at call, an enthrall of call, grout is simple. Excellent verbiage. I just enjoyed this immensely. Thank you so much for adding a poem, DJ GS 117. I enjoyed it.
Fantastic comment, Lee. Yeah, you know what I put in my comment? I said, my mind feels like it was ridden hard and put away wet. Lol, what a mental journey. You know, um, it was just so, like, what a ride, really, that's a horse rider's comment anyway. I mean, when you ride a horse and you put it away wet instead of, brushing it out and making sure it's clean. Um, that's what that refers to. If anybody wasn't familiar with the phrase, but yeah,
Jay,
Woods,
I
what a
have to
ride!
ask you what you've been drinking this afternoon.
Ah, just drinking in life. But yeah, I mean, what do you mean? What are you talking about, Willis?
Mhm.
What are you saying, Willis? But no, a flanchetta vendetta endeavor, ground setter, vivacious enchanter, an answer as pure as cancer. I mean, what? And then hurt is laboriously and joyous, phosphorus and gorgeous. Explore more for purger. Damn my core. Alabaster disaster crafter master. Asker faster or last. Sure. Mass or scrummager. Creating my lore. Like wow. What a rate. Just enjoyable rate. Thank you so much, DJTS117. And you read it, Zach. What did you think?
Yeah, this was like you said, man. This is a ride. And I don't mean this in a disparaging way, but I believe that this poem is definitely linked to marijuana. Um, like in a pejorative, explorative, a score of it encouraging, decorative, chlorophyll, want more of it. So that whole stanza just reminds me of someone who, and before that, even a little bit reminds me of someone who's just trying to has maybe needs a little bit kickstarted creativity there, and kind of just is like trying to decide what to write on the couch, and maybe sparks up a joint, and 10 minutes later they have something like this. That could have been that could be a possibility. I'm not saying
Could
that's
be
not
a cup of
good,
coffee.
that too. That too. Chronic. I don't know. It's just there are multiple references to that. I don't know. I could be reading it wrong, but I just like the way it read. Beyond whatever might have influenced it, I like the rhyme scheme especially. Really, and what came before the rhyme scheme and these like series of interconnected rhymes. That's hard to do. So whatever ended up is the inspiration. I say that's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah, exactly.
It was cool.
Yeah, so an anonymous symphonic that's chronic, and then you got the chlorophyll. Um, chlorophyll. I'm trying to. Isn't that what they embalm dead bodies with? No, that's chlorophyll's and
No,
and stuff, right?
that's what is that
Formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but chlorophyll is where they wrap.
Chlorophyll's,
I mean,
it could be
pour it on a rag and
because it's green.
knock you out with it.
Decorative
Oh,
chlorophyll.
right, right, yeah,
Green.
right. Interesting.
Yeah,
But
good
yeah, thought
greenness.
provoking, right?
I like the green.
Me too.
All right. So up next we have "Swallowed Whole," a poem by Amy Thal. And would you mind reading that, please, Luyu?
Give me a second. I lost my page. I'm having trouble with the site today. Okay. And to let you know, Zach has a front page pick. Okay. Thank you, Phil. Swallowed Whole by Amy Thal. Silken soft, viridis sheened, engulfing as a heady dream. Thrill, slick, chill to exposed skin, skin to earth, all there's ever been. Cadence of her chest, a breath, cradle me, an almost answer, swathed within moss and twigs and the rest. End poem.
Beautiful read, Luyu. Thank you so much. And Zach, what did you think?
I like any poem that introduces me to a new word. And what is it? Viridis? That's definitely a new one for me. I looked that one up. That apparently means green and or fresh. And that seems to like really encapsulate a lot of what this poem is. It's very earthy. It's very nature centric, and I think it's like in a way like to me it exemplifies Mother Nature herself. Like it almost feels like Mother Gaia in a way being described in a very like almost personified sense. I really thought it was cool.
Great comment. Thank you so much, Zach. And yeah, it really. I had to Google that word too, viridis, and it's got something to do with the color green. And so you've got green sheen engulfing as a heady dream, thrill, slick, chill to exposed skin, skin to earth, all there's ever been, cadence of her chest, a breath, cradle me. It's like he's speaking to Mother Nature and asking her to swallow him up. And I thought it was an excellent write, really. What did you think, Lee Wilder?
Well, I really enjoyed this poem because it just reminded me of, an early morning when you get up and there's moisture all over the grass and moss, and you just go in there and you lay in it, and that chill that you get, and then you try to breathe calmly, let your chest rise. It's like you want to be cuddled by Mother Earth. I thought this was beautiful. This was a beautiful brevity.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you so much. Fantastic comment, really well done. All right, so up next we have a poem called Unloved, and it's by Joseph Kushner. And it goes like this. The weeded cobblestone path to the old wrought iron gate, layers of flaked orange cake piled on the hinged surface. The garden is littered with decay and neglect. Green plants struggle to pry above brown stalks with ebon flowers. End poem. Well, what did you think?
This is somebody who's let go of their garden and hasn't cared for it, but somebody who ends up, those little hidden places, in between, let's just say office buildings in a small town, and you find this gateway, and he did, the hinges rusty with orange flake colored paint that was on it, and this cobblestone, and it with the wind and everything, wind just carries plastic bags everywhere, and and he can see that the plants that were living there that had been planted are still trying to grow. It says they struggle to cry, and he sees the brown stalks and ebon flowers, the dry seeds of what was once a beautiful city garden, it seems, or a garden somewhere. There's beautiful brevity by Joseph.
Great comment. Thanks so much, Lee. And Zach, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought this was a beautiful brevity as well. I like how neglect is personified by rust on the gate. It's something as something that's unloved, just like the garden in a way. And I like how there's like this juxtaposition of man-made objects sort of being neglected mixed with nature being neglected. It's kind of sad that way. It's something that I think tending would. It happens. This is what happens when neglect kind of piles up, and I think that it's something that should that I think tending to it a little bit more would make it look nicer. But I mean, not saying the poem is not nice, but I just like in my mind's eye, I'm seeing that like as something could happen to it and a change could happen, but and make it perhaps feel loved in a way. Maybe that's what it needs is some love,
Yeah, everything survives better in this world with a little bit of love.
Right.
Whether it's a gate or a garden, you know, they're both equal in their need for to be cared for. You know, otherwise it just fades away and turns to rust. But yeah, it was a great write. Nicely done, Joseph. All right, Zach, we have the turning point, a poem by Harmo Neurotica. Whenever you're ready,
All
aka
right.
Zach.
Thanks, Gray. Elias knows hundreds lay buried somewhere. Graves of little bones, phalanges, and skulls. Flesh and blood keeps his parents' twisted hopes alive. Sacrifice awaits. The children stay awake the night. A knock on the door. Elias looked up. Then, horrified as two towering shadows lit on him, Elias stilled. The limbless man placed on a platter, gleaming, a while he writhed, a hood on his head, twisting side to side from pinpricks biting in his neck. He sensed their bodies coming undone, swimming with slithering movements under gray, doughy flesh. Snake appendages slide, groans from mom and dad. Blood flows from all orifices. A well of dead kids spurts. Dark fountains frothing from decades of misuse. Purged in tar-colored floods of coagulated gore. Pouring from both. Clothes soaked, dripping red. The infusion of Elias's hemoglobin slowed the flood, while the child paled once more with blood loss. Callus started gathering the rest of the children together. She knew all corners and doors, comings and goings. Her keen sense of direction and calm was needed. The others away, she found moments to draw a map. But Mom and Dad snatched Jonah before all were found. His wild screams were heard by all, and howling laughter. The three children ran to the dining room, the source. Jonah hung upside down, tied to the chandelier, dangling, slobbering from his muzzle, maddened, swaying, blood at a molasses craw coursing down their necks, the eyes bloodshot and bulbous, glaring at their brood. Elias lay on a silver platter, pale and unconscious, a red apple caught in his mouth, tubes snaking out. He looked trussed up, to be eaten, but still alive. His parents enjoyed goblets of their son's blood, butcher knives clutched in hands, ready to begin. Adam's sisters screamed while he stood firm, glaring. How good of our children to come to dinner. End poem.
Oh. Oh, God.
God, sorry.
Okay, Zach, I like vampire stories and, werewolf, but this was maddening. Oh my God. I am like, this is a horror. This is okay. I'm actually speechless because this is very descriptive, and I was just making all kinds of faces. Just not faces that this is a bad right, faces that I would not want to live this nightmare. My dad was bad enough, but this brought me back to dinners with my father.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. He would take pieces of chicken, put up his nose, and then start coughing and gagging and snort it across the room. Oh,
Squalor this is.
oh my goodness.
Oh,
This
man.
was, yeah, you never knew when he was going to pick up the table and throw all the dishes and, me. Oh, wow. This really is horror. It's horror at its best, Zach. I'm not insulting you.
Oh, no, no.
I'm just telling you this brought back some bad memories.
That's what sometimes that's
And
what it does. That's what it does.
Some of this stuff in here is just, that kid hanging from, oh my God, because I was looking at him, and then the detail that you used of him hanging from the chandelier, just dangling upside down, and he's slobbering, and oh my God, muzzle and madden and swaying, and then you had to go at the end and say thank you for coming to our dinner, children. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just almost like something Hannibal would say. That's something
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, well, it's very detailed, it's very well written with lots of imagery that is easily visualized by anybody reading. Oh my goodness, you're really a great writer, Zach. I have to commend you on that. Um, just very detailed. I like your vampire poetry better. No offense.
It's all good. It's all good.
I like going down that genre. Yeah, give me a good
It's
fight,
fun.
okay?
It's fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
read, Zach.
this has Clive Barker energy to it. It's so
Mm.
dark, so richly textured and layered, and
Mm.
stuff that nobody thinks about, or it never crosses my mind any thoughts like this. But you obviously got some other things going on in your head, to be able to
Okay,
envision this
hey!
and write. I'm just saying, everybody's
Oh
mind is
my
different,
God,
and
Greg.
you have a dark,
Mhm.
dark mind, to be able to see this and to express it with such grace, and it seems effortless to you to be able to write in this fashion. It seems like it's first nature to you. Um, you know, but that's okay. I mean, every like the world needs people that can see like this, so that they can feel the horrors and set the nerves on fire of people who can't see this kind of stuff
Mm.
without having it shown to them, as you have done so beautifully here.
Ooh,
But yeah, this is
Mm.
a
that's heavy
family from
duty stuff.
hell. Yeah, this is you know, um, I think it was Hellraiser or something like that.
Very
Uh,
much like
Clive
that.
Clive Barker type deal. Um, but it's yeah, Hellraiser is what comes to mind. But you're a fantastic author, and definitely keep
Yes, he
to your
is.
pen to the paper because you're developing something beautiful here. So um, I'd like to see the book one day. Just let me know when it's out, and I will order my copy off of Amazon. And then I'll email it to Jimmy, and I'll send it to you so you can sign it. And you know,
Absolutely. Oh, I appreciate
and
that, y'all. Um, yeah, this
absolutely,
was uh, I plan to write 4 more parts in the series. 10 parts are out. It's nearing
Wow.
completion, so it's like, yeah, I don't know, like this thing. I started writing this thing. It was like People Under the Stairs mixed with Charles Dickens mixed with cook, thief, wife, lover, like all these cannibalistic narratives, because that's the main taboo. But I try to make it less of a taboo and focus on the characters more so than the actual violence, even though it's still there. It's tried to I try to put it in the background, but obviously it's still there. But I try to make it character focused, as I said, and hopefully that comes through most.
yeah, absolutely. Um,
Definitely comes through.
yeah,
Cool.
absolutely. But like in my comment, I put, "Whoa, just whoa, bro! Like, what the hell? This is scary as hell itself." That was my comment on your poem. But yeah, a red apple caught in its mouth, tubes snaking out. He looked trussed up to be eaten, but still alive. His parents enjoyed goblets of their son's blood, butcher knives clutched in hand, ready to begin. Adam's sister screamed while he stood firm, glaring. How good of our children to come to dinner. Wah, wah, wah.
That's a bit of a
Nicely
cliffhanger,
done,
huh?
Zach. Right? Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Fantastic job, Zach. Great read as well. And if it's not a front page pick, I don't think
It
Kevin's got the
was.
balls to. Oh, it was?
They,
It
they did put
surely
it there.
was.
I can't believe they put it there, man.
I can.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
yeah. I mean, I didn't see that it was the front page pick. That's why I said,
it's wild to me.
It definitely
nicely
is
done,
wild.
Zach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
absolutely. Well, we've got 4 minutes left, Lee. Do you want to try and read a poem before we go?
No,
Or
because
all
we're
right,
not gonna. Oh, well, you know what, Phil? Is that the end? Did she put another poem up? Because I
you
don't
put
know
a
how long
poem
they
by
are.
Garden Delights.
Okay, let me see if we can get that in there.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Dawn's Light by Garden Delights. Homespun muslin shelters dreams. The handmade quilt, crispy ironed, is a memory-laden keepsake. My tabby cat's outwarms patchwork elder down. She's a snuggler. Metered purring escorts me to fantasy land. My wild-eyed feet rise with the mockingbird's first strident notes. I'm dancing every dawn in the lush green kingdom, surrounded my inherited cottage because I can. In poem.
Beautifully read.
Hmm.
Thank you so much, Lee. And
Yeah,
Zach,
she
what are
did.
your thoughts?
I thought this was beautiful. A good bookend to end this episode. Nice and warm, warm, fuzzy, and it elicits like a homey and familiar cottage feel. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was
Mm,
endearing. It was enchanting, and it was a pleasure to hear it read. And Lee Wilda, what did you think?
Beautiful bravery. She deserved this front page pick. She won a gold medal. And who wouldn't want to inherit a garden like cottage? I would want to live there with my cat too.
Hmm.
Beautiful poem by Garden Delights.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Luyu. Beautifully read as well. Um, yeah, Garden of the Light's fantastic, right? Okay, world. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Luyu, Zach, been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for
Appreciate you
having me on.
both.
Thank you for calling in, Zach. And thank you, Maestro, for hanging out with us. And Phil, for everything that you do. Couldn't do this
Yes.
without you.
A shout out to T Manzano and Jojo as well for listening on StreamYard.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you,
All right.
everybody.
Night, y'all.
Love you
Good
guys.
night, everybody.
Good night.
Happy Monday. Good night.